Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode review of Sam and Max. Today we'll be talking about an episode which I enjoyed a lot more than I remembered, and what has been a real highlight of the series for me. Now, if you've been watching these episode reviews, you'll know that I've been kind of down on the series as of late. I haven't enjoyed the last few, but this one I really enjoyed. The basic plot of this one is that Sam purchases Max a watch which allows them to travel through time, and because of this, they mess up their own timeline and just hijinks ensues. So, first of all, we have the sort of first part of this episode, which is them purposefully going back and messing with time. And in a normal TV show, which this is not, in a normal TV show, they would accidentally mess up time and have to go back and fix it. With this show, they don't even bother. They purposefully mess up time just to see what happens. And for a lot of people, this might be sort of difficult, but at the same time, because it's Sam and Max and just the tone and style of the show, they manage to get away with it. And it's just pure absurdist entertainment for a moment. Then they go back to their own timeline and see their soft and marketable versions of their younger selves, to quote the show. And they accidentally mess up their own timeline to where they're no longer friends. And Max needs to get things back together, and by sending an octopus back in time, they magically fix everything. Which is, I'll say, the wrap-up of this episode is sort of the one weak aspect of it, I feel. They really nail the humor in this episode. They really have enough plot in order to fill it out, unlike some other episodes where it's like too thin or just they don't know how to structure it. This one, it moves along really well. It never sticks on one segment for too long. It's very funny, and I would say the ending, though, it just feels like, okay, how do we wrap this up and get back to the status quo? Bada bing, bada boom, we're back to normal, you know what I mean? But at the same time, again, because it's Sam and Max, and because it's such an absurdist style, I feel like they get away with that as well, just because of how ridiculous everything is. They can get away with doing some ridiculous Deus Ex Machina wrap-up ending where, okay, we're done now, just because that's the sort of humor the show will often employ. And then, afterwards, we have sort of a wrap-up random doesn't connect to anything segment, which is the Max puppet, the Max hand puppet. And I don't even know like how to describe how funny I find this, and I can't even pinpoint why it's so funny. Just this segment where they say you can make your own Max hand puppet, and you know, it's like it terrifies the people of like Scotland or whatever. I don't even know, but it's like the part where Max is like, keep one in your medical kit, and it's like, it's just, this episode hits every comedy, like this, it just hits the comedy beats so well for me, especially with the last two episodes not really working for me. We've had a lot of rocky ones, but this one, it just nails everything. And I've said before that sometimes these episodes aren't very well structured or done, and I do think the structure of this episode it feels a much stronger than ones in the past. You know what I mean? Like, we have the beginning opening segment with the octopus, which is our sort of little pre-introduction scene, and then we have the messing with time, which is sort of the first act, if you will, and then we have the alternate timeline where they don't know each other, and that sort of leads into a quick climax with the octopus from the beginning. And so they do tie everything together pretty well. Well, I don't want to say they tie everything together pretty well because it's purposefully nonsensical, but you get what I mean. It's a combination of some of the best comedy this series has and a plot which supports that comedy. It's not thin or too much to where they don't know how to include things. It feels right. So yeah, I guess, is that all I have to say on this episode? I feel like I should have more to say. I suppose I could comment on Sam and Max's relationship in this, where we get to see Max without Sam, which isn't something that happens as often as sometimes Sam will be without Max. I saw a really great video sort of analyzing their relationship with each other, and this was some of the insight. I can't remember the name of it, but it was this really great video giving some insight into sort of Sam and Max's relationship. And this is one of the episodes they cited where it was like, you know, Sam can somewhat function without Max, but Max really needs Sam, and this is one episode which really demonstrates it. I don't have anything more substantive to say, but that's my thoughts. So yeah, I guess that really is all I have to say about this episode. It's just an episode which I really enjoyed, and it was nice to have a great episode to watch. So yeah, if you're gonna check out an episode or something of the series, then I would recommend this one. I won't say it's my favorite episode, but it's certainly one that's up there with one of my top favorite episodes. But yeah, that's all I have to say. So if you enjoyed, then, leave your thoughts down below. Like or dislike the video. I don't really care, although apparently YouTube cares because now they're removing dislikes. But like or dislike anyway, because I can still see it. And subscribe if you want more Sam and Max content and reviews. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you have a lovely day.